Welcome, I'm Steve Good, and this is the Scroll Saw Workshop. Check out my blog at www.scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com, where you'll find the patterns for this project that we're going to create today, plus other videos and other patterns for you to download. Please stop by and spend a little time, and I hope to see you there. The supplies we'll need for today's project are very simple. We'll need some 1/4 inch material of your choice. In this case I'm going to use oak, and a 1/2 inch piece of oak for the base. We'll also need the pattern downloaded from the website. As always, we'll use the clear box tape and a little glue. We'll begin this project today like we always do by cutting the pattern from the sheets that we printed and applying the patterns to the wood with the spray adhesive. We can also apply the pattern to the bottom of the piece of material that's already squared up, so we won't have to try to cut the bottom straight. So I'm going to register the pattern with the bottom of the piece of wood before I stack the wood together. And I'll do the same thing with the front piece. Okay, the pattern's applied. Now all we need to do is wrap these pieces in the box tape and we'll be ready to go to the drill press. Here we are over at the scroll saw now. We're ready to begin our cutting. I've gone ahead and installed a Flying Dutchman scroll reverse number 5 blade, 13 teeth per inch. It seems to be a good compromise for pieces this small with the speed of the cut versus the smoothness and being able to turn tight angles. So we're going to begin our cutting now with the Flying Dutchman number 5. As you can see, I'm a bottom feeder when it comes to the inserting the blade through the entry holes. Just a habit I got into a long time ago. A lot of people like to loosen the blade from the bottom and feed from the top. On a larger piece, sometimes I will do that, but on these smaller pieces, I don't seem to have any trouble finding the holes from the bottom. Okay, I've begun by cutting the 4 holes where the tabs from the front piece will insert into. You may have to adjust the size of the tabs or the size of the hole with a file, once you get ready to put this piece together. So I've cut the 4 slots, and now we're going to begin with some more of the interior cuts. just continue with the cutting process until you get all the interior cut out. One thing you're seeing me do right there is what I call nibbling. I left a little rough spot right there in the cut, so I get the blade started and I actually use the edge of the blade to sand that piece down. It's pretty effective if you leave a little small nub sticking out there. Another tip that's relative to this saw that you might watch out for, a little bit of a safety precaution, is this little knob right here is affectionately known as the knuckle buster. When you get this saw running, if you get your knuckle up like this while you're pushing the wood and your fingers and the hands are long enough, you can definitely get under there and that knob will come down and smack you on the knuckle and give you a little bit of a smart. So watch this knob when it's running. You want to try to keep your hand flat and away from that knob. You'll see me sometimes I'll start to creep up like this and realize what I'm doing, then I get back out of the way. As I finish this cut right here, I'll show you another habit that I get into that's probably not the best habit in the world. As I take the last piece, I'll twist the piece just a little bit to pop these pieces out automatically. And on a piece this size, it's not going to cause any trouble. But if you ever get into any very thin wood and some intricate patterns, you're real possibly going to break your piece. So you'll see me pop these things out intentionally on a piece this size. But do be aware it's not always the best habit to get into. Okay, there's our two side pieces cut. Again, we saved our time by stack cutting and we got both pieces cut at the same time. Now we've got all the pieces cut out now, and I've got the pegs inserted into the slots to hold the piece together. There's no glue or no sanding been done on this piece yet. The next step is I'm going to go over and prepare the base to sit this on, and we'll take this back apart, sand it down real nice, put a little finish on it, and we'll be ready to install the candle. Okay, I've cut the base out at the table saw in the dimensions that it needed to be, and I've brought it over to the router table, and I'm going to put a little decorative edge around the base to just to give the project a little bit more pleasing look. I've installed a 1/2 inch round over bit into my router. If you don't have a router, you could easily sand these corners down just to round them over a little bit. But in this case, I'm going to take advantage of my router and round this corner over. Here's the final piece. I've got it all sanded down, applied the candle base, and put a little finish on it. I just installed a little lemon oil on it. We'll set a candle right on the base, take the top, put the top over the base, and you'll have a beautiful little candle voltive.